What's up, everybody? It's Jeff from Big Zen Tennis here today with my friend Alex, and today we're going to work on cleaning up your forehand contact point. In this particular thing that we're going to work on right now, Alex is not moving his feet. I want his feet completely stationary. If people move their feet, I'll let you move your feet to these. So people move their feet, and if they have bad habits, they'll find themselves at the bad habit, right? So whatever, like if they're used to reaching or whatever, what they'll do is they'll continue to reach. So what I do is I'll make them stand completely still, and then I'll tell them to freeze frame right here. Boom, exactly like that. And this is the checkpoint I want people to think about when they're hitting this forehand, right? The hands out in front here, both feet are on the ground, your spine is balanced directly over your legs, and you're looking to just think of that as a checkpoint to what you will look like at the time you strike the ball. The target is this first circle right here with these cones. So here we go. There you go. And let's bring that front foot, think of everything going in the direction there. Yeah, there you go. And you can point your front toe towards it a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Start?
Yeah, you can, yeah. That'll help you open that. Yeah, there you go, great. A lot of people want to extend their arm. You know, people are like, oh, extend your arm when you hit your forehands, right? But if you are out here, Alex will extend his arm to reach that, but that's too far away from him. So we want contact actually in front of the body, but it's pretty close to you. It's just far out in front. So if you see that, show me a freeze frame at contact. Yeah, see that? So his arm's fully extended right here, but it's out in front of his body, right? Whereas if it's over here, his contact is actually late, but it's away from the body, and he doesn't have any weight behind this shot. Like, for example, too, if you were to, show me that freeze frame again, and now kind of push into my ball, right? You feel like you can push from your back leg, right? Right. Now, if you were over here, right, you can't really, that's all arm, right? There's no body on that. That's why it needs to be out here. So one of the other things I want to talk about with this is how straight and still your spine should be at the point of contact or throughout the entire swing, okay? All of your movement in tennis, you should try to focus on your spinal balance being pretty rigid. What we're looking to do is I want him to think of the shot, kind of spin you're a top there. Yeah, see that? You're sitting up tall, but you're bent into your legs, right? And then you're able to kind of rotate that way. Notice how straight that spine's staying. The head is nice and still. Very good. There you go. Great. So now that we've established his contact point with stationary, not moving your feet, you eliminate all this wacky inflatable tube guy stuff where you reach for the ball. So now he knows how to keep his spine straight, and now he's gonna use his feet and stay disciplined with his upper body to keep the ball in his contact point. So I'm gonna move you around, I'm gonna stay where I'm at, right? So make sure you're staying behind that ball and then taking that little 1-2 step into it. Great. Now if it's out there, see how he gets behind it there? That's fantastic, dude. Way to get all the way out there. Great. Alex, tell me how you feel about what we just worked on at this point.
It was a great drill, really working hard, in a controlled environment like that to get my legs in the proper place. I think when we're hitting, so many other things are happening that I can't really put myself in the right spot. And I especially, as you know, have a tendency to be pulling off the ball after some knee issues and things like that. So it felt great to really feel my body in the right place for all of those, so.
Yeah, I can't stress enough how important it is to slow down and make sure that you feel things in a as perfect of an environment as you can. Having a friend drop a ball for you, that's ideal. Hitting against a wall, but going slow is very important.
Yeah, for me, even at that speed, that I haven't really felt myself in that position for a long time. You know, so it's good to kind of work on it. For me, what I felt is to be able to just kind of lock it down and put it to kind of muscle memory. I think it's gonna make a big difference when I back up.
Doing this with live ball now, it's a little different than off of my hand, because when it's off my hand, I'm tossing it perfectly into your strike zone, and it's much easier. But now you have to read the ball off my racket and then move so that it's in your strike zone. So it's like your movement affects the cleanliness of your hit. Nice. Good. Notice how he has to move up, he has to move back, he has to move over, right? So you're kind of playing around with all of the different movements you'll have to make. It's more about like you finding your rhythm and just making sure those hands get out in front. A problem you can run into when you're trying to put it all together, when you're hitting at full speed, is that, oh, I can't get it in I can't get it here every time. When I was like being dropped the ball right in front of me, it was like perfect. It's not gonna be perfect every time. That's kind of, you know, it's kind of like a hot potato situation. If you can keep the ball in play while you're trying to find that comfort zone, eventually Alex was able to find it in that rally. Then he started getting more consistent, then he was hitting the ball heavier, and he was putting the ball in the spot he wants. So sometimes it takes a minute to kind of find your range, but once you find it, then it all comes together. That concludes our video on the forehand contact point. I want to thank my buddy Alex for joining us today. As a reminder, you want to focus on keeping both feet on the ground at the point of contact, getting your hands out in front of you and extended at the point of contact, and keeping your head and your spine still at the point of contact. I'm Jeff Zenisek. This is Big Zen Tennis. Like, subscribe, comment on my page, follow me on all my channels, and see you next time.